Let's be honest, not every shiny new car in the dealership lot is a winner. Some look great on paper, but turn into a mechanical nightmare once the honeymoon phase wears off. And in 2025, with tech-packed dashboards and sleek futuristic styling, it's easy to be fooled by appearances. But what's underneath? That's what really matters. Today, we're breaking down the worst cars of 2025. Vehicles that owners are already regretting buying. From engine headaches to tech overloads, these are the models that just didn't deliver. If you're in the market for a new ride, this list might just save you from a costly mistake. 1. Jeep Renegade. Rough ride, frequent repairs. The Jeep Renegade has always aimed to offer a small SUV with rugged appeal, but by 2025, it's becoming clear that style can't mask deeper issues. Owners have reported excessive maintenance problems, especially with the turbocharged 1.3-liter engine that seems to struggle with reliability and longevity. On top of that, the transmission has been a point of frustration. Delayed shifts, jerky behavior, and even outright failures have shown up in forums and reviews alike. But it's not just under the hood. The Renegade's interior hasn't kept up with the competition. It still feels outdated and cramped, with a clunky infotainment system and budget-level materials. For a car that costs this much, people are expecting more, especially from a brand as iconic as Jeep. If you want true off-road ability in a compact form, look elsewhere. The Renegade might look the part, but it fails where it counts: reliability and value. A flashy name can't save you from endless trips to the repair shop. 2. Chevrolet Malibu, a sedan that's lost its edge. The Chevy Malibu once had a solid reputation, but by 2025, it's hanging on by a thread. While sedans in general are fading in popularity, the Malibu's real problem lies in how far behind it's fallen. The engine choices feel uninspired, especially the 1.5-liter turbocharged inline-4, which has been plagued by hesitation, turbo lag, and below-average fuel economy for its class. Add to that a dated interior that feels outmatched by competitors from Honda, Toyota, and Hyundai, and you've got a car that just doesn't compete. Even the infotainment system, while functional, is clunky and lacks the polish you'd expect in a modern vehicle. Most disappointingly, owners have reported frustrating quality control issues. Everything from malfunctioning electronics to peeling interior materials. At a time when buyers want maximum value, the Malibu offers too little and asks too much. Thinking about a mid-size sedan in 2025? The Malibu will likely leave you asking, why didn't I just get a Camry? 3. Nissan Altima. Tech troubles and cheap feel. The Nissan Altima continues to be a bestseller, but not for the right reasons. It's priced attractively and looks sharp, sure, but it's what happens after the sale that earns it a spot on this list. The biggest offender? The CVT. Continuously variable transmission. It's been notorious for failure, shuddering, and high replacement costs. And even in 2025, Nissan hasn't truly fixed it. Then there's the cabin. On the surface, it looks decent, but once you start living with the car, the low-grade materials, squeaky trim, and plastic-heavy design become impossible to ignore. Multiple owners report rattles and electrical glitches just months after purchase. The Altima is trying hard to keep up with rivals, but the overcomplicated tech and underwhelming reliability make it a common regret. Nissan really needs to go back to the drawing board if it wants to reclaim the trust of the everyday driver. If you're thinking long-term ownership, this is one to steer clear of. 4. Mitsubishi Mirage. Cheap isn't always smart. Sure, the Mirage is one of the cheapest cars in America, and that can be appealing. But as the saying goes, you get what you pay for. And with the 2025 Mirage, you're paying for disappointment. Its tiny 3-cylinder engine is painfully slow, making highway merging a nerve-wracking experience. Even basic acceleration feels like a struggle. Fuel efficiency is decent, but not enough to outweigh the compromises. The ride is harsh, the cabin is stripped down and noisy, and safety ratings continue to lag behind the competition. Owners often report that the car starts to feel worn after just a year or two of regular driving. The worst part? The resale value is abysmal. Buying a Mirage might save you money up front, but you'll pay for it in repairs, discomfort, and depreciation. For just a bit more, you could get a used Honda Fit or Toyota Yaris and be infinitely happier. Let's be real. If your car struggles just to make it up a hill, is it really worth the bargain? 5. Ford EcoSport. Cramped, clunky, and outclassed. The Ford EcoSport was already on thin ice, and 2025 hasn't helped its case. While it tries to position itself as a fun, affordable compact SUV, it falls flat in almost every way. The engine options are underpowered, the handling feels top-heavy, and the ride is far from refined. Owners complain about the choppy suspension, clunky 6-speed automatic, and cheap-feeling cabin materials. Even basic tasks like folding the rear seats or accessing the cargo area, thanks to the awkward side-hinged rear door, feel like afterthoughts. Worse still, the EcoSport is one of the few vehicles in its class that seems smaller than its footprint suggests. Cramped back seats and poor cargo space make it impractical for families or road trips. Ford has plenty of great offerings, but the EcoSport simply isn't one of them. If you're looking for a small SUV SUV in 2025, consider literally anything else, because the only thing eco about the EcoSport is the disappointment. 6. Tesla Model 3. Tech genius or reliability nightmare? Now, before you shout, but Tesla changed the EV game. Yes, it did. But even great innovations come with major growing pains. And for many 2025 Model 3 owners, those pains are real. Let's start with build quality. Even years into production, Tesla struggles with inconsistent panel gaps, rattles, and malfunctioning interior components. But the real headache comes with service and support. Owners often report long wait times for repairs, limited availability of parts, and software updates that create new problems instead of fixing old ones. The Model 3's battery and powertrain are solid, sure, but the ownership experience can be frustrating. Even basic stuff like getting a new tire or a headlight replacement can turn into a week-long ordeal. For tech enthusiasts, the Model 3 still offers unmatched acceleration and futuristic flair. But for regular drivers who want a reliable, no-drama vehicle, the reality doesn't always match the hype. Tesla's vision is bold, but 2025's execution still leaves a lot of owners regretting the leap. Think an EV is right for you? Great, but do your homework, because sleek doesn't always mean dependable. 7. Volkswagen Taos. Small SUV, big headaches. The VW Taos promised to be a smart, affordable entry into the SUV world. What buyers got instead was a reminder that first impressions can be deceiving. Owners have been vocal about issues with the 1.5-liter turbocharged engine, complaining about stalling, check engine lights, and frequent dealership visits. Transmission behavior also raises eyebrows, with jerky shifts and unpredictable performance, particularly in the all-wheel drive models. Inside, the cabin looks premium, but dig a little deeper and you'll notice fit and finish flaws, software bugs, and more than occasional infotainment glitches. In short, the Taos is a car that tries to wear premium clothes but delivers a budget experience, minus the reliability. VW's long-standing issues with electronics haven't gone away, and in 2025, they're still frustrating owners. Looking for a compact SUV with real value? Stick with Toyota, Mazda, or Hyundai. The Taos may catch your eye at the lot, but it might just make you roll your eyes every time you start the engine. 8. Alfa Romeo Tonali. Looks great, drives you. Crazy Alfa Romeo's Tonali is a heartbreaker. On the outside, it's one of the most stylish SUVs on the market in 2025. Sleek lines, aggressive stance, and an interior that oozes Italian flair. But under that gorgeous skin lies a host of issues that make it one of the most regretted cars of the year. The plug-in hybrid powertrain feels unrefined, with noticeable lags and jerks when transitioning between gas and electric modes. The infotainment system, while flashy, is glitch-prone and hard to navigate. But worst of all, reliability. Alfa's reputation for poor reliability continues, with frequent complaints about electrical issues, dead batteries, strange warning lights, and unpredictable behavior. And with limited dealership support across North America, getting problems fixed isn't just annoying, it's a genuine hassle. If you want something that looks amazing in the driveway, but doesn't always start in the morning, well, that's the Tonali experience in a nutshell. Beauty can be blinding, and in this case, expensive too. 2025 brought a lot of exciting cars to the table, but as you can see, not all that glitters is gold. These vehicles might lure you in with bold styling or tempting price tags, but the reality for many owners has been frustrating, expensive, and full of regret. So here's a tip. Before you buy, dig deeper than the brochure. Look past the touchscreen and the paint job, because the worst car is the one that makes you wish you never bought it in the first place. Which car would you never touch, even with a 10-foot pole? Drop it in the comments and stick around, because next we're revealing 10 cars that'll last you 300,000 miles and beyond. Trust me, you don't want to miss that list.